What's up, you guys? It's your favorite duo. It's Mark and Alex. Hope you missed us.
And hello there.
Yeah,
fuck off.
we have a special, not so special guest.
Hey, I'm hijacking a podcast for the first time.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about it?
Oh, it's our very first guest, and I feel weird.
Yeah, because it's always been the two of us, and our guest now took my spot on the couch.
Yes.
And now sitting on the other end of the couch, and it's feel really bizarre. So
yeah, like I have to turn my whole head to the right to see Mark, and then left to see our surprise guest, and I feel like I'm struggling,
So this weekend, our friend who was too far to love, who is now too close to hate, basically dropped by.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. So, for the two of you that listens to this podcast,
Yes.
I think you can guess
Nice.
that it's me, one and only Raphael.
Yeah. Tell us something about you. What is that to know about Raphael?
What does that know about Raphael? Alright, well, I went to the same uni with Mark, and, I met Alex through the same person that Mark did. And right now, I'm living and working in Turkey, but I flew to Manchester to visit these bastards to have some fun.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. And also, he brought us some Turkish delight.
Oh yeah, I
Which,
did.
to be fair, I do not like, but sue me.
Yeah, but it's
His
the only
taste buds
reason
are wrong.
that he can come now. Like, if he brings Turkish delight, he has access to the house.
Yeah, although we discussed it, if he comes any more frequently, he needs to stop paying rent.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
yeah.
how much they love me.
Yeah, we love you. We love you so much, though. It would be very greatly appreciated if you could help us with rent.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially that you live in our spare living room.
I mean,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
basically have an extra room in this house with an inflatable bed.
I mean, that's luxury for you, mate.
Sure.
You could have the floor if you prefer.
Or the beanbag, for that matter.
As for those who don't know, that beanbag is half empty.
It's not that it's half empty. It's more that
It's just half full. Look at the positives.
Yeah.
It's the saddest beanbag you could have
Look at
ever
the-
seen.
Look at the brighter side of life. No, it's the most saddest beanbag you have ever seen. I agree. It's just.
Like, it might be more comfortable to just sit on the floor.
I mean, yeah, it
It's
is.
probably.
And definitely cleaner.
The reality is that when you sit on the beanbag, you're essentially just sitting on the floor because it is so empty
Yeah.
that there's no beans in the beanbag. But yeah.
I mean, it's not our problem. It's not our beanbag.
I mean, yeah, and that's why nobody likes to sit there.
Even the owner.
So, I mean, yeah. So yeah, Raphael, how many podcast recordings have you heard?
Have I heard? Right.
Of ours, of course.
Of yours. Oh, that's a tough one.
I mean, it's only 4, so it's not like it's an effort to listen to them all.
Yeah,
It's not like we have been doing this for years.
true.
True, but it's still an effort. And, I want to listen to the first 2. Sorry.
Ooh.
I'll catch up one day.
Ooh. We need to have like booing noises right now.
I'm
Sure.
I
Sure.
I can give you sad trombone.
Wow. I liked that. That was
I mean,
cool.
I promise I'll watch the rest. At this point, I have to, right?
I mean, yeah, now this is out in public, out to the world that Raphael doesn't actually live
Right.
as and doesn't support
I will
us.
make a public commitment. Once I get elected into the office, I promise to watch, listen to every single episode of Live from the Living Room up until the end of episode 6.
Dude,
Eventually.
what office you're talking about?
Well, I might be running for public office. What do you know?
Maybe, you don't know what his plans are.
Sure.
Why do you think I accepted to be in this shitty podcast? For free advertisement.
Okay.
Every publicity is good publicity.
This is not a shitty podcast. This is quality time with Mark and Alec.
Yeah, that's.
And Raphael.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
For
you're
this
just like,
very special episode.
yeah. Okay, so which topic do you want to jump into, Alex? You have quite a few today that you're gonna run.
I know. I just realized that I'm basically overtaking this podcast today.
I mean, I was
Um,
overtaking it last time.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
it's
only
it's
fair.
fitting that you take over this time. So
Okay, so Raphael, I'll let you pick. Would you like to hear my very weird article?
Yes, I was actually
Or-
really curious about the article.
Or do you want to play a game of Is It a Fish?
I think we should keep is the fish towards the middle.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this article, I thought it was very on brand for our guest. As some of you know, he eats fish,
only fish.
only fish.
Well, correction, it's called being a pescatarian.
I mean, yes, okay.
Yes, okay.
Wait,
But to be fair, can I just say it would be a great side for him. Only fish.
Mhm.
yeah, only fish.
Sure.
It would be great. So I tried to pick an article that would be like resonate with you, you know?
Uh-huh.
An article for your people.
For my people. All right.
For your people.
All right.
And the title of the article is Pet Fish Spend Cash and Expose Nintendo Switch Owner's Credit Card During a Pokemon Live Stream.
I love it.
So essentially, this guy in Japan did like an unusual experiment where he like put a webcam over a fishbowl and then put like motion tracking software into like the fishbowl situation and then basically trained the fish to swim into certain areas of the fishbowl in regards to the tracking. It's really cool. So he essentially trained his fish to be able to play video games. And it's
that is impressive.
It is really cool. It is really cool. And he would like live stream this. And like it's really awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. This
The
is
gamer
really
fish,
awesome.
ladies and gentlemen, probably has more YouTube subscribers than I do.
Yeah, he managed to complete.
Do you have YouTube subscribers, Raphael?
I do, in fact.
Ooh, we'll have to
interesting.
get back into that in a
Probably
second.
my alt accounts, but yeah.
So he's managed to complete previous games in this series. He's made it into a series. And it takes about 3,000 hours to train the fish to be able to play one specific game. His goal was to basically have them play this game and see if the fish can finish the game. And about 1,100 hours into the game crashes.
Aww.
Which obviously not surprising.
Very sad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, also to mention, it's the new Pokemon game that came out. So it's prone to bugs. It's still they're still kind of making some changes or
a
whatever.
rocky launch, to say the least.
Yeah, it's not got the best sort of situation going on. But anyway, so this guy was currently away from the live stream because he would usually kind of like sit, kind of make sure that everything was going great. He, I don't know, went to go take a shit. And he did like a very super long shit. Maybe he had like constipation. We don't know. Anyway, the game crashed. But obviously the fish were unaware that the game crashed. So they continued to move around and play the game, quote unquote. What happened is that the Switch continued to accept button commands from the fish, and they managed to navigate to the console's store, and they managed to add 500 yen to the account using the credit card that was stored on the Switch. 500 yen is like £3.10, so like a meal
It's not
deal.
much. It's not much. It's not going to get you
Meal
bankrupt.
deal, right? Not too bad, but in the doing of this, the fish exposed the card details to everyone watching the live stream.
Okay.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, in addition to that, they triggered downloads from the store. They had PayPal send the owner confirmation emails, change the account name, and Nintendo thankfully granted the guy a refund. I wonder how that situation happened. He was like,
hey, my fish
Hey, is it
bought a
sport?
bunch of things. Like, it's like basically the equivalent of my
My
dog ate my homework.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but like, you know, when like you said that to a teacher, oh, my dog ate my homework, the teacher would have been like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
bullshit, right?
Yeah, right.
What is Nintendo's response?
Like, imagine being the guy at the sport office and be like, oh, I got a new call. Let's see. Accidental purchases. Fine. Another kid who purchased something with their parents' credit card. And the guy would be like, hey, so this weird thing happened. My fish purchased something on my account.
To be fair, for me, if I was at the end of the support line, I would be like, you know what? This is so absurd.
That it has to be a prank
That
call.
it has to be true.
No.
No
I would have been like,
way.
this is probably a prank.
There's
you know,
no
like,
way this is a...
No,
like,
it sounds like a 13-year-old boy would came up with. It sounds like something
I
a
mean,
13-year-old
yeah,
boy
maybe,
would came up with. Like, come on,
but-
my fish ordered something with my credit card. How would you explain how it happened? Are you really going to convince them that you spent, what was it, 3,000 hours to train your fish to using Nintendo Switch?
I mean,
Right,
I could
right.
show them that, hey,
You know
go
what I
to my
mean?
YouTube channel. You can see that I did this.
I mean, yeah, he live streamed all of this, and then like, and that's cool. I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
the
that was a saving
situation
grace.
is-
If it wasn't a live stream or a video, he would have been done.
Yeah, I mean, this. Thankfully, he live streamed this. Nintendo gave him a refund. Nintendo also. People were outraged that that it's so easy to accidentally buy things on Switches, like that your card details are kind of just permanently saved there. That like if you like, and Switches are predominantly aimed at kids, so the fact that your kid can potentially, you know, press a couple of buttons.
Well, the same
and
is
with
true
and
for...
just like, you know,
Same is true
Mobile.
for basic. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
yeah, that's
mobile.
true, but,
or even
you
your
know,
Amazon account.
But the thing is, I think at the mobile, at least today, it wasn't always the case, but nowadays on Android, if you want to make a purchase on Google Play Store, you first usually need to, if you have biometric authentication enabled, you usually have to use biometric authentication.
You can also authenticate with your password, though.
yeah, but it also like asks for like your CVV
No, not
number
necessarily.
and stuff.
They do. Google Play does.
They do, yeah. Google Pay, yeah, asks you for CVV, like the
So
the
Google
back
Play is
three.
actually more secure,
But,
but not the most secure.
Yeah, but like, so people were kind of outraged that it's, you know, there's no authentication. You can just go on the Nintendo store, buy whatever the fuck you want. There's no like confirm this is you. Are you sure you want to, like, there's nothing there to protect you kind of thing. So people were kind of outraged, and Nintendo Switch have yet to release a statement. They didn't want to release one in regards to this situation. Understandably so. Can you imagine the PR? Hey, our Nintendo Switch is so unsafe that even your fucking pet fish can spend your money. I mean, that's hilarious.
It is ridiculous.
Well, you can turn it around and say that it's so easy to use a Nintendo Switch, even a fish can do it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, props to this guy. He spent fucking so many hours training his fish to play games. And like the
It's
reality
insane.
the reality is that like apparently there's like a series to this. Like they play so many games. Like how has he managed to do that? Like
I have no
fish
idea.
especially. Like how do you do that?
I have no
I mean,
idea
realistically,
at all.
fish probably doesn't know that it's playing a game. It probably just enters random commands.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
And those
I don't
commands probably, I don't know, work out in a game.
Yeah, like I'm sure, like you said that he equipped with motion sensors, right?
know. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I reckon how it works is actually the motion sensors obviously translated to inputs for the Switch, and then he basically just went, okay, well, like whatever they call behavioral conditioning for the fish.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, from what the photos on the article show, the floor of the fishbowl has like grids with like letters, numbers, and shit. So it's probably like motion sensor in regards to like the grid with the numbers and letters. So the
And it's
fish
probably
just
like
kind
some
of
incentive
fish
for
just
him.
kind of know like, oh yeah, if I go to this one square with this weird looking thing, I like this happens and then like.
Can the fish actually see the screen though?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It just seems really weird.
We need to. I'm gonna look into see if we can find the live stream after this podcast. See if we can
Yeah, I would be
videos are.
interested in this, honestly.
But yeah, like I just thought it was really cool. Like a guy fucking trained fish to play a game, except that then the fish kind of fucking spent loads of money.
Look.
So-
I mean, come on. You can't blame the fish. I mean, she was probably bored of that game and wanted to play something new, right? Like we've all been there.
Can you imagine playing a game non-stop for 3,000 hours? I'd also be bored. Like, all you do your whole life at one point just becomes this one video game. The only reason you eat is when you fucking, like, swim in the right area. Like, that would be so fucking, like...
I mean, to be fair, it's a pet fish. That's probably one of the most interesting lives a pet fish can have.
I mean, true, and it probably,
Like, she's a celebrity at this point.
I mean, yeah, but when you live in a fishbowl, how aware are you?
Is it like a goldfish that has a really short lifespan?
You know what?
I don't
Based
know.
on the photos, I can't really tell.
Fair enough. That's okay.
It doesn't say in this either, which is very weird. It kind of looks like a goldfish. I don't know. You tell me what fish is this?
That's not goldfish. I don't know, but that does not look like a goldfish to me.
It's one of those. It looks like a goldfish. It's just that it's not gold.
Oh, it's definitely not a goldfish. I don't know what it is.
It's not goldfish, right?
No, it's definitely not a goldfish. Not even close.
So yeah, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll keep searching to see if maybe. But yeah, bottom line is.
I mean, it might come up in our game.
Yeah. Is it a fish?
Is it a fish?
Should we play? Is it a fish?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Raphael, you ready?
No, but let's go.
Am I guessing also, or just Raphael?
Sure, but then again, I showed you a couple of the ones.
Okay, well,
that-
I saw
so you
two.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
guess together and let's see who
Okay,
can guess the most
so-
amount.
So basically,
Alright, so we're gonna have a scoreboard. Okay. Well,
sure. Mark, do you wanna keep track of?
I will do something. Yes.
Cool. So okay, so I picked names of fish that just sound like words. If the word has fish in it or a type of fish, I will just say the first part and like take the fish part
Right.
out
So
of
a
it.
catfish would just be a cat.
For example, yeah. And yeah, so in addition to fish names, there are just also very ridiculous words in here.
Okay. Alex, turn away from me because I can't see your phone.
Well, yeah, but are you guessing also?
I am guessing also.
Yeah, he's guessing
Okay.
as well. Come on, I'm gonna
Do you
beat
have a
him.
scoreboard? Yeah.
Okay.
Even though he already cheated, I'm gonna beat him.
Okay.
Okay.
Word number 1. Lump sucker.
Right, so it can be called lump sucker fish as well. That must be a fish. There are a lot of sucker fishes.
It is a fish. I saw this one.
Yes, Mark saw this
you
one.
showed
and
this. You showed me this.
Hey.
Yeah, and it indeed is a fish. Okay.
Let's go. Also, you guys should be playing with us as well.
Yeah. Everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
Score points for yourself and see if you can beat your resident pescatarian here.
Yeah,
And
let's
DM
see
us.
if we-
DM us if you manage to beat me. I'm usually pretty bad at these games, but yeah.
He's bad in most games, but don't tell it to
I
him.
was great at trivia last night. Like, I won 5 out of 7 times or 4 out of 7 times.
That's true, that was really
pretty
annoying.
good.
Okay, are you ready for word number 2? Finifugal.
Come again?
Well, it has fins in it, so I'm gonna say a fish.
Finifugal.
Finifugal.
I'm gonna say a fish too.
Fish have fins, so it has to be, right?
You're both wrong.
No.
It means afraid of finishing something. Finifugal.
So fins are not actually fish fins, but
Okay.
comes from finish.
I liked Raphael's explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got into his head.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay, are you ready for word
Yeah.
number 3? Meldrop.
Meldrop.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say it is not a fish.
Right, I ones are supposed to be different than each other, so I'm gonna say it's a fish.
Okay, it is not a fish.
Ooh, I'm in the lead.
It is a drop of mucus at the nose.
Okay.
Yep.
Why is there a word for that?
You would be surprised.
You'd be surprised at
You should listen to like episode 4 and 5.
Yeah, there are words for a lot of things.
basically-
Wait, the episode 5 isn't even out yet.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, it's coming out today.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. The next word is spot check stargazer.
Oh, that must be a fish.
It is a fish, indeed, I think.
It is a fish. Yep. It sounds like two names pieced together, but the name is actually quite descriptive. That's what the definition of this is, or the thing. The fish is actually covered in spots, and it's got eyes at the top of its head, which is why it's called a fucking spot check stargazer. It's like they literally went, this fish has spots and eyes at the top of its head. It is a spotty stargazer.
It must be gazing stars. I cannot blame him.
The next word is slime head.
Slime head.
Yep.
Slime head. Okay.
I'm had fish.
Slime head. I'm gonna
it
go
can be
say it is
anything.
a fish.
Yeah, I'll say it's a fish too.
It is a fish.
Nice.
Yep.
It's 4-3, Raphael, for me.
Okay, are you
We're
ready
still
for the
going
next
on.
word?
I'm a better pescatarian than you are.
Does
As of now.
does that mean that you're gonna stop eating other meat?
Oh no.
You just said that you're a pescatarian.
Pescatarian is a subset of meat eaters.
I mean, true,
Yeah.
but a specific subset.
Yeah. Anyway,
Are you ready for the next word?
yeah.
Bumfuzzle.
No, it's not.
Bum fuzzle?
Yep.
No, it's not fish.
It is not a fish. Yep. The word means confused.
Fair enough.
Yep. It's cool. I liked that one.
So far, you've only made one mistake, Raphael, right?
So far, yes.
That's not too bad. He's doing okay. Okay. The next word.
I'm only recording scores on actual identified fishes. Should I record on?
No, it's
scores?
okay. Don't worry about it.
Cool, that's fine.
The next word is smicker.
It is a fish, 100% sure.
Smicker, huh?
I'm sure of it.
Smicker fish. Yeah, I'll say it's a fish.
It's not.
Okay.
It's to look amorously after somebody.
Okay.
I know.
That's weird. It sounds like a fish.
The next word, I fucking love this word. It's two words, but tasseled wobbegong.
Where did you find these?
I
I'm
fucking love this.
gonna say it sounds so ridiculous.
It has to
It
be a
must
fish.
be a fish.
It has to be, yeah.
It is a fish. It's a species of carpet shark. And just the fact that there is a species called carpet shark. Like, what next? Rug shark?
Well, we all know about the hammerheads.
Curtain shark? Like,
Beanbag shark.
but yeah, so essentially,
Yeah,
it's sort of it sort of refers that they have a beard in the tasseled part, and then the wobbegong is actually an Australian Aboriginal word that basically means that they live in a rock. So it's a bearded fish that lives in a rock. Tasseled wobbegong.
The more you know.
Yeah. Slippery dick.
What? No. No. That should
Okay.
not be a fish. Even if
See-
it is, they should rename it.
So, this is another one you showed me. I
Yeah.
know this is a fish.
It is a fish,
What?
actually.
I'm not gonna put points for that because I saw this one.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna deduct one because I saw the first one as well. So
sure.
technically, Raphael, we are on equal.
Yeah. So the scientific name is Halicoeres bivitatus. It's a native tropical water fish in the Caribbean Sea. Their fins are elongated to their bodies, which allows them to easily slip out of a person's hand. Which
All
is
fish are
kind of
slippery.
yeah, but they sort of the way that they have the fins, you can't like there's nothing to grab onto kind of thing.
Mhm.
It makes them more slippery. And
they look like a dick.
no, not really. They're surprisingly beautiful. They're really
Hey,
pretty.
all dicks are beautiful.
They live in the shallow part of reefs. And they can alter their color dependent on their sort of area. Oh, this actually says dramatically alter their color. So
it's
yeah,
like a chameleon fish.
it basically, which is I just thought it was really, really cool.
That actually sounds interesting.
And in addition to it being called a slippery dick, it can grow up to 14 inches. So
Oh, okay.
So-
Now I understand where the name comes from.
yeah. So I just thought that was cool. Let me think what the next word should be.
Imagine, by the way, with that trust fish, imagine some like the British East India Company in the Caribbean fishing, and there's like this British dude, and it's like, Ike, that slippery dick.
Yeah, like
I think that's how it got named.
I think so too. Like
Probably something like that, yeah.
like the guy got fucking like really angry and went,
Yeah.
"Oh, that fucking slippery dick."
And like it became an inside joke in that ship.
And then
Yeah, and they,
And
like,
then it
came back
spread
and they
to
were
the
like-
whole continent and the whole country.
Yeah, like they literally went, "I'm so fucking angry at this fish. I tried to catch it and it fucking slipped away, the fucking dick." And they just kind of like, yeah, and it just
one of the
stuck.
most successful smear campaigns ever. Like,
Can you imagine this beautiful fish? It's beautiful. Like literally, I like saw photos and I'm like, wow, that is
imagine you have it
such
in
a pretty
your
fucking
home
fish.
aquarium. And it's like, ooh, what type of fish it is?
Slippery
It's a
dick.
slippery dick. Like-
Yeah, I mean, imagine.
oh no, you can do it better. You can say that you have multiple slippery dicks at home.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Cool. Next word is ineffable.
In a fable.
Ineffable.
In a fable. It's not a fish in my opinion.
Well, ineffable. In a fable. I'd say fish.
It's not a fish.
No!
It means too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words.
Okay.
So I just thought that was a really cool word, to be fair. Okay.
Last one? Or
Yep.
Oh.
last one?
This is the last word.
Tiebreaker.
The last one. Are you ready?
No, but go on.
Jeroboam.
That sounds like a name.
Come again?
A Jeroboam.
Jeroboam.
I'd say it's a fish.
It-
Why not?
I think it is a fish too.
It is not a fish.
Ah, what?
Yeah. A Jeroboam is actually a wine bottle with 4 times the capacity of a normal wine bottle.
So it's an alcoholic
Just a big
wine
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a wine bottle that it's 4 times as big as what a normal wine bottle is.
Interesting.
It's a
So
big
it's just
fucking
a big
wine
fucking
bottle.
bottle.
Alex.
It's a big fucking
Alex,
wine
now you have
bottle.
learned the word, and whenever you talk to your boyfriend, you should like, I need a Jeroboam of wine.
Yeah, a Jeroboam of wine sounds fucking great. A couple of fish names that I just thought that were just really cool, but I didn't really want to put them in here. Lump sucker.
No, we had that.
We had that. Yeah, that was first thing.
There's obviously slippery dick. Cookie cutter shark.
Nice.
The name it literally says the name may sound cute, but don't let the name fool you. They're infamous for their cookie-like chunk. They basically that they leave on the prey, so they basically bite the fucking fish and like bite a piece of the fish off. They seek out larger prey, and they latch on, and then it rotates his body in a circle, carving out a chunk of meat. and leaving a perfectly circle-shaped scar. But they are found 300 feet or like 90 meters deep, and their bites are not fatal. So, thought that was cute. Another one is a flamboyant cuttlefish. I thought it was fucking brilliant that you can have a flamboyant fish.
That just sounds like a show-off fish.
Yeah.
like you just want to show off all the time.
Yeah, it's just a gay fish. They only reach 3 inches in size, and the sort of first thing you notice about the fish is its coloring.
Is it rainbow?
They're called perpetual color machines. They basically a mix of yellow, pink, brown, oranges, which kind of is what makes them flamboyant.
So it's like the pride flag.
Sort of, yeah, but despite their sort of unique coloring, they're very well camouflaged in their sort of surroundings.
Interesting.
So similar to our slippery dicks,
Yeah.
but smaller.
Yeah, sure. So yeah,
It's a slippery tiny dick.
it's a
Yeah.
slippery flamboyant dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a cuttlefish, so it's technically not a fish. It's one of those like crab-looking thingies, like
Fair enough.
yeah. So hope you liked that. That was really cool. I liked that game. That took me so little time to Google, but I
think
fucking
we
loved
can-
this.
We can find make a proper recurring segment from Is It a something?
Oh yeah, 100%. We can totally make this
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah.
With Akash, we're gonna play it. Is it a curry?
Is it a curry?
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
I think that would be really fun.
go
Yeah.
for it.
Or we could, is it an ingredient in a curry or something?
Or is it in a curry?
Yeah.
So Raphael, we guessed as far as I know, but counted. But audience members, you may correct me. We figured out exactly the same number of fish.
Did we? I thought you were ahead.
Well, I deducted a point because I knew the first one Alex said,
Yeah.
Fair.
the sucker.
Okay.
So I was like, well, it's really not fair for me getting a point for that, right? 'Cause
Sure.
It's just literally shown in before the show.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
kind of on
It
me.
was a nice segment. I think we all learned something.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I agree.
We learned not to judge fishes by their names.
Should we do Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
It's good that you're here, Raphael. This is going to be fun.
Right.
So, this is pre-Christmas, but I went on to Reddit. It's very dangerous when you go onto Reddit, And I browsed through this little subreddit called Am I the Asshole? In this subreddit, people usually submit scenarios that their life has been in, and it's usually a controversial scenario.
And they asked the general public of the internet, Reddit specifically, if they are the asshole or if they were right all along.
Yeah. And sometimes the situations are like, how the fuck did you get in this situation?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's one of the most extreme things you can find on the internet.
Yeah, sometimes
It
you're
is.
like, wow, the person you had to deal with is the fucking asshole. Literally by like line 1 of reading the situation.
Oh, just sometimes just from the title, it will be like, yo, I killed my friend because he was being a dick. Am I the asshole? You'll be like, do you even need to ask at that point?
Yeah, there is like when it's like,
Or like,
I did this one very controversial thing. Am I the asshole?
Yes,
And you're like,
you are.
yes.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need to read your explanation. You are a asshole.
So, first topic. I have 3 Am I the Asshole stories for you. The first one is, am I the asshole for telling my dad's wife she's not going to be getting a mother-son dance with me at my wedding? My dad is married to Anne. Anne hates my mum. My siblings and I do not regard Anne as our parent because we were 11, 12, and 14 when we met her and when our dad married her. Now, there is some history to be explored before getting into the specific incident. Dad used the time my siblings and I were with Mom to build his relationship with Anne and eventually her son. They were practically engaged before we met her, and we met her son at their engagement party. They moved in the very next day, and they were married 2 months later. We were
Wow, that's really quick.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah,
fast.
it is really quick.
Okay.
Especially like you only met them at the engagement party.
Yeah.
So like in 2
Wow.
months you had like a new brother or like a new kid.
Well, yeah, stepbrother.
Yeah.
Stepbrother, right?
Fucking hell.
And then, like, they move in right after that.
Like,
yeah.
that kind of gives me, like, gold digger vibes.
Definitely.
Anyway,
Has to be.
Yeah.
we were equal time spent with Mom and Dad, but because of our ages and them being so new to us, we did not get super close to Anne or her son in that time. Anne's son ended
I mean,
up...
obviously, it's 2 fucking months. How fucking close can you
But
get
no,
to
like-
someone in
like-
2
like,
months?
I think he meant after they moved in.
After they moved in, yeah.
Like, they were always strangers to them.
Yeah. Anne's son ended up diagnosed with a form of cancer
Oh,
that was more likely due to a long-term medical condition he was born with.
okay.
Anne was away a lot with her son to get him treatment, and she was with him out of state in one of the children's hospital where they specialize in cancers. Mine and my siblings' life carried on as normal, for the most part. When we were with Mom, life was totally normal,
Sure.
right?
Okay,
Anne's son
okay.
died while we were on vacation with our mom.
Ooh.
We were 17, 15, and 14 at the time. Anne was furious that Mom took us.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
She had wanted us to stay because her son had wanted more time with us, but Mom had already booked the vacation, and we still wanted to go.
I mean,
We were,
Obviously.
we were not close to Anne's son, and we didn't have a familial bond with him.
Yeah.
Anne never got over it, and was especially bitter because we were not closer to her after, and because most of us chose Mom's house over Dad's for staying at when we finished high school and wanted to come home. She was resentful that we weren't rallying around her and letting her still feel like a parent. Now I'm getting married. Anne despises my mom more than ever, and when she heard I was doing a mother-son dance at my wedding, she told me she wanted to do one too and deserved to do one if I was
Deserved.
doing something with that woman.
What
in
the
that
quotation
woman
mark.
who's your
I-
biological mother
Yeah,
Yeah.
who
cared
gave
for you for all
birth to
those years.
you.
Like,
I told her that
That's so
woman
bad.
is my mom and I wanted to dance with her. I
Yeah.
told her we, Dad's wife and I, would not be dancing together. She asked how I could say that to her when she lost her only biological child and we didn't give her the chance to continue being a parent. I told her it was not my job.
yeah.
She said it was like she was a stranger, like we weren't family. I told her if she wanted us to be closer, she should have made sure that Dad introduced us all before they were ready to get engaged.
I mean,
But we never built up the relationship before they were married, and we were all a little older when they did, and not there all the time. She told me I was breaking her heart, saying no to her, and how could I be so thoughtless after what she lost? Am I the asshole?
okay.
No.
First of all, it's not her fault that their dad didn't introduce them earlier. Like,
I mean,
It
yeah.
is partially.
I mean, no,
She
well-
could have, like, reality is, most likely, the dad knew the, like, Anne's son earlier.
Yeah, that's
Reality,
the sort of
that's
thing
how I
I'm
sort of understood
curious
the
about.
story. Is, I think, really,
like, but at the end of the day,
realistically-
it was always the father's decision to introduce them.
I mean, yeah.
Like, she
This
could
is-
have
the
forced
dad
it, even if
fucked
she
up,
wanted
yeah.
The
to.
dad fucked up, for sure. But Anne should understand, I think, that, hey, listen, it's my mom, and you are, like, however hard you can try, you will never be
You're
my
just
mom.
a gold digger who married my father.
And it's
Yeah.
not necessarily a gold digger, even.
Even if
She
not a
might
gold,
be-
yeah, obviously
she
we're
might be a
joking.
perfectly decent woman. I'm in somewhat of a like similar situation. My dad remarried when I was 16, and basically,
The woman's not your mum.
the woman's not my mom. I do like my stepmom.
Yeah, you respect her.
She is the literally the mother of my brother, my half brother. I respect her. She is a very kind woman, but I will not be doing a mother-son dance with her if I ever get to marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think that it's
No, I totally think that this dude is not an asshole.
no, I
no,
think
definitely
that,
not. That stepmom is.
Yeah, but then again, I can sort of put myself in her situation, right? So she had a son, and the son died, and like, does it say how old the kid was? I don't.
17 when the son died.
Right. So like, the kid was like, she just like missed, like the potential of him to like have a long-term girlfriend, get married or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And now this boy who, she's known for so long is getting married, and she's sort of like probably more depressed now, right? She's probably like,
Yeah, but
God,
at the
my
same
son
time,
died, and like
at the same
I'm
time,
not
she didn't
getting
make
to experience this, and I am
effort,
his
right?
family, realistically
Oh, well.
speaking.
But like at the same
So I
time, she
kind
didn't
of
make any effort to
understand.
connect with.
I mean, to be fair, she might have. From this
Yeah,
post,
that's also
like think about the perspective. We are reading it through the perspective of that son.
yeah, like
Not
you
the
don't
perspective
know.
of the
It
mother.
could be.
Yeah.
It could literally be the case of the mother, like
But,
the
honestly-
woman wanted to spend time with them, and they just kind of went, no,
Yeah,
like
he might
you're
have
not,
just rejected
you're not my
at
mom.
every
like you don't-
opportunity.
Yeah, like the situation could literally be that the woman tried to create a better bond. It could be that the
But
mother.
the
mother
says
could
in
also
the
be like-
post that this woman resents the biological mother of the original poster
Okay, but
very much.
if you think about it,
Like
the
if I
reason
had to,
why
like-
she resents her is because her son was fucking dying, and like his like final wishes was to have a better relationship, or have a relationship in his final days with his like step siblings, right? And the mother, knowing that like there is a dying fucking kid, like
Didn't give a shit.
didn't like the reality is, they were what, 14, you said yourself, like 14, 15, 16 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they were young. The reality is that they probably don't know a lot of things that happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right? Like the woman could have been like, listen, like my son's fucking dying, can I potentially like bring the kids with me to the hospital, like so that my son can experience siblings for
Again,
his
you
last
never know
time,
whether that
right?
happened, yeah.
And the mother could have been like, no, fuck off, I booked a holiday, this is my like year for the holiday, I don't give a shit about your son. And the mother could have been like, you know what, I resent you for that, because if your child was dying, I would have done something for you, and you didn't do anything for me. And
I mean,
you know what? And that
I can
might be.
see that, but
And so she could be resenting her. The reality is that we don't fully know everything. And the guy's like, oh yeah, the big deal is that she wants a mother-son dance. I mean, I wouldn't say that she deserves it to be
because
like
she-
a mother-son dance, but I think that she
But no,
deserves a
because
dance
she-
with him.
Well,
no, I don't think she deserves a dance.
she
I
definitely
think she
doesn't.
deserves a dance.
I don't think she deserves
We have
a
conflicting
dance.
opinions on this. That's
So-
really good.
So I have this thing is, yes, I can see that she might have a legitimate reason to resent her mother, whatever. The point is, the whole concept was the way she went to the original poster was, I deserve a mother-son dance because my son died, and this is my only chance to get a mother-son dance, is not a legitimate reason.
No,
She has
okay.
never been a in the mind of an original poster, she has never been a mother figure, a mother to.
I get your opinion. I get your point of view, Mark. So let's do this thought experiment. Let's give the stepmom benefit of the doubt on every case. Let's say she reached out to that guy. She tried to be his mother or something. Like, she was always nice and blah blah blah. And like, as a side note, it doesn't matter if their biological mother was an ass to that stepmom or not. It's not about that biological mother at this point. It's about that guy who's getting married and his stepmom. So let's say stepmom was an angel and did everything that she could. Well, she apparently failed to be a mother figure to that guy. Like, sometimes it happens. No matter how hard you try, how good you
And
try,
it's
Yeah.
up to
you're
the
not.
guy. It's
Yeah,
up to the
you're
guy.
not their
No, I
mother.
think-
So, and
I
if the
think
guy
sure.
never saw her as a mother figure, no matter how nice she is, like we all have nice people in our lives that are older than us, but they don't become our parents just
Yeah,
because they're
no,
nice.
I
Exactly.
mean, okay, I get that. But I also think that if she is married to my dad, right? Like, I'm trying to be like, this is my situation, right? My dad's divorced from my mum in this situation. He has a new wife. And she lost her son. And I am now getting married. And she says to me, you know, I deserve a mother-son dance because I never had one. And you are the only son of your dad to,
You know my
right?
problem with
wait,
that?
Wait. In my opinion, the guy, just to be a decent human being, I think, should say, look, I'm not going to make this a big thing on my wedding. Like, there's not going to be, and now a mother and a son dance, and you are not going to come up to the stage and dance with me. But I will dance with you. And it will be your opportunity to have a mother-son dance without it being a mother-son dance. Right?
So a compromise.
And I think that...
It's a compromise.
And I
don't
think that...
I don't think that's a good solution. So what obviously
I
it's
would
the
not
wording
do
of
what
the
you
original
suggested,
poster,
Alex.
But
I
the
mean,
way
yeah, but-
if she says I deserve one, that's an attitude, and that is an attitude. And especially if I don't feel she's been a mother to me, I'm gonna be like, yes, well, you don't deserve one from me. You might have deserved one as a parent, but you didn't get a chance, and that's how life is. I'm sorry, it's been cruel to you, but
And also, like, it's my wedding.
it is
Like,
my wedding.
It's just
I'm
between
not-
me and the person I'm marrying to. I honestly wouldn't give a shit about a step parent. Like,
No,
that day is not about you. That day is about me and that
like,
other
she's
person.
trying to make that day matter for her more than the original poster.
Yeah.
Like, for her, it's more important to get that dance just because she couldn't with her son than to actually see the stepson get married and be happy.
you also don't fully know, right?
Yeah,
Like, it could be that the guy fucking hates this woman.
yeah, I was gonna come to that. Like,
Right? That he probably is like, oh my god, I found out that dad cheated on mum with you fucking whore.
Yeah.
You are the reason why my parents are no longer together. You ruined my fucking life. Your child died. Good for you.
Oof.
I don't give a shit. And like, the woman's like, has done everything she could to like, you know, be a good parent to this boy also. And he was like, no, I don't give a shit about you. I hope you fucking die, right?
yeah, I totally
he
understand
could-
that.
he
Apart
could
from
I
fucking-
that,
understand it, but I think the boy,
Like,
the
he
man
could be so
still
angry
has-
at this woman.
but the man still has the right to say, it's not my problem.
Okay, but then again, you fully don't know if what he's saying is fully true.
true.
Like, he could literally be like, I fucking hate this woman. And she could have said, hey, I've been married to your dad for 25 years now. You have lived in my house. We have been on holidays together. I have been in your life for 25 years.
Is it her house?
And okay, but no, what I'm saying is like, you don't know, right? Like, maybe
Yeah.
the dad,
But like, if it was
if
clear
she's
that they
married to the
actually-
dad and
It's-
like, you
by the way, with that, it's actually clear that they didn't live with her because it says in the post that after they graduated high school, they chose to stay with their biological mum over their dad.
okay, but I mean,
they
like, they
partially
probably
lived there when they
yeah,
were
but they probably
underage.
saw the dad, like, they probably saw their dad, like, holidays, you know, like, occasionally they would come over and, like, whatever. The reality is that you don't fully know, right?
Yeah.
And the situation is that the mother, the woman, she could have said, look, I've been married to your dad for 25 years.
But that doesn't give
I
you the
j-
right.
Wait, Mark, I'm going to fucking punch you. the situation is that she could have said, I've been married to your dad for 25 years. I have been in your life for so long that you are like a son to me. And I would love to have a dance with you, right?
Sure, let's
and
assume she said that.
The reality is that she could have said that.
Sure.
But the guy could have been like, she's a fucking bitch. She ruined my fucking life. So she might as well said that she fucking deserves this dance because she's been married to my dad.
Yeah, but the guy has every right to think that way.
So the reality is that this is so one-sided that you don't fully know.
Sure, but
Alex, based on what he's
benefit of the doubt every opportunity.
Based on what he's showing, sure, she's an asshole.
But let's say everything happens like as you said, and maybe even better for the favor of the stepmother. Even if the stepmother did everything right and phrased it in a much better way than it is phrased in this post. Even if she said, like as you said, I would have loved to have a mother dance with you, blah 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 blah. The fact that we know is that this guy doesn't see this woman as a mother figure. Yeah, whether or not she tried or whether or not she deserves to be a mother figure is irrelevant. He just doesn't see her as one. And another thing that we can deduct from this post is that the biological mother and the stepmother do not get along really well.
And not just that, think about it. If you did that with your stepmother, how hurtful it could be to your biological mother.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, it doesn't, like...
It could be really hurtful for the biological mother.
The guy could fucking go and compromise. Like, the reality is it's his wedding. So he has the last say, right? So,
yeah, but he clearly doesn't want it.
So the way I see it is, I mean, fuck, Mark, if your stepmom had a child before she got in a relationship with your dad, right?
Yeah.
And the child died.
Yeah.
And then, and at the time she got in a relationship with your dad, she gave birth to your brother, right?
Yeah.
You, realistically speaking, lived predominantly with your mum, right?
Yeah.
Then you moved to Manchester. You moved away. You went to uni. You did whatever the fuck you did. You have your own life. Sure, you sometimes go home for Christmases, summer holidays or whatever, right? But reality is you don't really live with her, right?
Yeah.
If she asked you to have a mother-son dance, would you?
I probably would say no, honestly.
Right, but would you not say, look, I obviously have a mum and I obviously have a dad. They are my biological parents. They deserve the official mother-son dance, son-father dance, whatever, right? They officially deserve that from me. But
yeah. No, I would say no.
But I think that in my opinion, I would have been like, you know what?
No, I would have gone. Look,
I would have danced with her. I would have danced with her without making it a mother-son dance.
But wouldn't have said it was arranged. I was like, maybe if things go that way on the wedding and there's time, potentially, possibly, maybe, but I won't make promises.
There's always time for dancing. There's always time to dance with people.
Yeah, you're still wedding. You can make the time.
I wouldn't make any promises that I will, because I know for a fact that if I did that, it would hurt my mum.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the reality is that you don't have to.
I would rather have her a bit disappointed in me than hurt my mum. So
okay, but the reality is...
would be a definite no.
Yeah, but the reality is that at this wedding, you will probably dance with your fucking aunties and your fucking, like, nieces and your cousins, and you're going to have these, like, one-on-one dances. Sure, there are going to be people around you, but the reality is you're going to have these dances. On your wedding day, you are not going to dance only with your wife and only with your mother. You're going to dance with other people. That's the reality. Am I right or am I right?
I mean, I've been to a couple of weddings and it wasn't like that.
No, Mark, you're wrong. It was like that.
No,
in the last wedding I danced with the bride.
I danced with the fucking groom and I was 16. Sure, it was my uncle, but I danced with him. And sure, everybody was around, but I went and I danced with him. And the reality was that people came up to the bride and they asked the bride to dance with them because, you know, they were happy for her. They wanted to dance. The reality is that he could have said, look, I will definitely dance with you at this party.
Yeah, but Alex, that's
because
not...
I'm going to dance with everybody.
But you're
And
making you're twisting the situation.
Yeah, but if the mother then wants to be like,
It's not a mother-son dance at that point.
Yes, exactly. You're twisting the situation.
But if she turns it around and says, I'm going to take this as a mother and a son dance, then I would have been like,
No, 'cause
sure.
that's
If
not
that's
what
how
you
you
wanted.
want it, sure.
From the context, that's not what seems to be the case. She wants to have a separate mother-son dance just with like, so it's like a mother-son dance with the original mom and then with her. So she wants it to be two. So it would decrease the value of the, like with the biological mom. I'm on this side like, yeah, you know what? Potentially, as I said, I don't make promises. If it comes to her turn, I will dance with her on my wedding or with my stepmom. But I wouldn't make a specific promise that I will 100% make a dance with you, because reality is I don't know who will ask me to dance with, like dance with them. And reality is you are way down on my priority list.
Yeah, it seems that she's way down.
Way down.
Like, it seems that this guy doesn't even like this woman. Like, not just as a stepmother. It sounds like he doesn't like her even as
a person,
as much as a person, because it sounds to me that he's just tolerating her as a stepmother rather than accepting her.
Yeah, so my point is, I like my stepmom, but I would go as far as and say, listen, well, I wouldn't say to her face, but she is way down on my priority list. All my biological family members are higher. She comes after them.
Like, for me, it's not just about biological family members, but it's about who has been there for me and who am I close to.
Exactly. You guys probably would rank higher than my fucking stepmom.
No, thank you.
Because you guys are closer to me. You guys have been part of my life more than my stepmom.
Well, Mark, I can tell with an absolute certainty that I will not ask for a mother-son dance with you.
I appreciate that, Raphael. Very much so. Anyway, let's move on because we hit 1 hour.
Okay, let's move on.
Because we spent like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
just
this
on this
was a
topic.
controversial one.
This was, yeah.
So, next one is, am I the asshole for not disclosing I had plastic surgery to my boyfriend?
Probably not,
I,
but
26
keep on.
female, have been dating Max, 25 male, for 4 months. When I was 22, I had a nose job, as I broke my nose twice as a kid, and it did left with a large bump. Then at 23, I had a breast augmentation that bumped me up to 2 cup sizes. These were lifelong insecurities that I was bullied over, and it was really relieving to get them done. On to the present, I met Max through a friend, and things have been great. Last night, I was scrolling through my social media. While on the sofa with him, I stopped on an old classmate's vacation photo, where she wore a bikini and frankly, had very obvious implants. She looks great, happy for her, but you can tell. Max glanced over at the moment and said, gross. I asked him what the deal was, and he said women who get implants or other surgeries are a huge turn-off to most guys, and how men prefer natural over two balloons, and how insecure she looks. I couldn't help but laugh and said, so you're turned off by me? He got very confused and asked what I meant. I informed him I had procedures done before. He kept denying it and saying I was joking until I showed him old photos of me. He got quiet and left shortly after. I got a text saying I should have disclosed this on the first date, how I let him on, and that he needs to reconsider things. It's the next day, haven't heard anything. I'm bewildered.
It's one of those posts where you can tell that someone is an asshole from the title. Yeah, this guy is an asshole.
Yeah.
This guy is an asshole.
Like, first of all, I mean, you definitely don't have to disclose it. And also,
No.
like before we start, you do not need plastic surgery, but if you really want it, if you feel like it,
It's
and
your
if you
body,
can afford it,
your choice.
sure.
I agree.
But yeah, first of all, this guy is not qualified enough to speak for most guys.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, he is one fucking guy.
Indeed.
Like,
Plus, he clearly didn't actually notice the
he
procedures on
must
this.
have not give enough of a shit about that in order to
not
notice.
Yeah.
But plus, if the job is well done, for example, a nose job, you probably won't see
nose
it.
jobs are impossible.
Nose jobs are so hard to see.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, the thing is, if she got
breast augmentations,
if she didn't
more
get,
likely,
they're usually
to
obvious,
notice.
yeah.
if she didn't get huge implants, but just
Yeah.
like
No, there's.
normal,
I mean, it's still possible to recognize them,
it's still
especially.
possible to recognize,
it
but
is still possible. Like I have,
But like that's not the point here.
I have like people on Instagram who I like know, who I've seen or whatever, and who I used to be
I
friends with,
have
or
high
who I
school
used to
friends
not
who
be friends
have
with.
clearly made implants.
And like there are situations where you can notice like, wow, your boobs are like unnaturally just there, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Considering how big your boobs are, they should not just be there. They should
Yeah.
be a little more sagging or
Or-
whatever, right?
They shouldn't
And
be
then
that
you-
tight.
And you can like see the photos and you can be like, well, that is slightly unnatural. I mean, sure, you know, some women have like very good boobs. Like I have a friend who no boob job, looks like she has a boob job,
Sure.
but like she hits the gym, she's worked those muscles, so her fucking boobs are like perky and like right up there, and like she's worked on that. That is like time that she's put into it to make it like that, right? She also like doesn't wear a bra and whatever, so she's like very like protect your boobs kind of thing. But like she literally looks like she has a boob job without having a boob job.
Sure, but that's still not the point.
But the reality is, right, that like if he really had an issue with the
Yeah,
idea of
I
boob
think-
jobs and shit,
I
then he
think
would be more vigilant and he would have noticed it.
So there is an
I
update
think.
to this one, and the update is he messaged the original poster saying that he would want things talking over and he would like to potentially like continuing the relationship. And original
Did he
poster,
apologize?
No, original poster broke up
Good.
Good.
with the guy. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like it is. First of all, you shouldn't be announcing, like, it's a silly requirement. I think the important thing was like that he told her that
She had to
she
disclose
should
it
have
on the first date.
disclosed it on the first date.
Like,
Like,
no.
what the fuck? Like,
No, that's so
no.
random. First of all, this is so random.
Why would you just like? I'm sorry.
And it's like,
You-
imagine like you're just in a restaurant having like a fantastic dinner, and just like.
By the way,
Alex
just so you know,
disclosed to me, it's
my
like,
boobs are fake.
oh, by the way, I have fake boobs, and also I got my nose done.
Oh yeah. Also, ass BBL. You know, like no.
Oh, it's,
Yeah, you,
That's not something you say on a first date.
and,
Like,
and realistically, it's like the fact that he was like, "Oh, you led me on," and I'm like, first of all, probably that was the first time the girl heard that you were turned off.
off
by-
by something like that.
And
Yeah.
I think the guy was really like talking about
How long were
very
they in
like
a relationship
4
for?
months.
yeah.
Okay. The situation is that if I was to do something like that, say like have fake boobs, have a nose job, I don't know, fucking put something in my ass to make it look better. If I had anything like that, I wouldn't really disclose it after fucking 4 months either. I'd probably at around 4 months would test the waters and be like,
It's
oh,
perfectly normal that. she
like, you
didn't-
know,
yeah.
like, oh, there's like, if by 4 months, and I'm assuming they probably had sex, so he probably saw her naked, right? And if
Yeah.
he never noticed that her boobs looked a little fakeish, then the reality is that I wouldn't raise it. You don't realize, so I did a great job, I'm not going to raise it with you. But I would test the waters at around maybe like 4 months-ish. I would probably be like, oh yeah, my friend, like she had a boob job and like, look how good she looks now. Good for her and whatever, see what his opinion is. If his opinion was like what she had, which is the guy went, ew, and then proceeded to say that she was like, the woman is like, you know, so insecure and like leads men on or whatever the fuck, then I would have been like, huh, well, that's not the guy I want to be in a relationship with. And then I would have been like, cool, you know what? I think you're a fucking asshole and we should break up. I would not have disclosed anything.
Yeah.
Like, what is it to you? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Men have shit done all the time. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, I read an article where a guy like shaved his rib cage or whatever, or like took something out of his rib cage and put it in his abdomen so that it looked like he had a 6-pack.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Like men do that. Or like
So-
or what about like penis enlargement surgery? That shit's a thing.
It is.
You're essentially fake advertising also.
Yeah.
By like
Oh yeah, the
I-
argument about fake advertising definitely doesn't stand. And also, like, okay, you are allowed to have preferences, sure, but if you're so sensitive about plastic surgery, you should have been the one to ask about it in the first place.
Oh yeah, if you have such a big
Yeah.
issue about it, you should have disclosed.
Yeah, you
Ex-
like you should have asked
exactly,
about it.
exactly.
It's not her
Yes.
job to
Yeah,
tell
she-
you about
She
everything.
doesn't have an issue with having a boob job.
Like, she never even lied about having something. She just never mentioned it.
Yeah. If you don't question
So,
it, if you don't
know
ask,
what?
then
The other thing is, I think the guy might have had a problem with like very obvious.
Yeah, but it
Body
doesn't.
mon-
It's
because-
irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Yeah, it's irrelevant. So I
Sure,
think,
you might have a preferences. You might not like the fake boobs. That's fine. But like, first of all,
Yeah, I
you
think
should have
we are
asked.
all in agreement.
And if you really can't tell, does it really matter?
exactly.
And
Anyway.
like, how shallow you must be to, I don't know, leave the house after learning about this. Like, do you just care about their body?
Yeah, I don't. That is, it is asshole
Like,
behavior.
like if I like someone, I don't give a shit about how they look.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, and the reality is that she didn't get this boob job to make you fucking happy. She did this boob job because it was an insecurity of hers,
Yeah.
right? So the reality is, like, you have no say in this. Your opinion is fucking irrelevant.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, we've been dating for 4 months. Fuck off. Like, at that point, I would have been like, I'm not even going to fucking cry over you because it's been 4 months and I don't fucking give a shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Anyway,
Alright.
we
We are in an
agreement.
agreement.
not
Yes.
the asshole.
Yes.
No,
the girl is not the asshole.
The girl is not the asshole, yes.
The boyfriend is.
The boyfriend is.
So next one is the last one. Am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend selfish for not picking my kids up from school?
Oh, okay.
I, male 36, have been with my girlfriend, female 32, for 2 years. I have 2 boys, 13 male, 9 male, from my previous relationship. Their mom is not in the picture. I work full time and my girlfriend used to stay home and take care of everything else. I still help out there and there. Yet she would complain about the kids causing constant messes, not receiving proper discipline, accidents like breaking a vase, and the list goes on. She complained that she is more of a parent than I am, which is not true, since I provide an income. Yet, she decided she wanted to go back to work and started looking. She found a potential job and her interview was yesterday. I called her to remind her to pick the kids up from school since she is responsible for it, but she said she was about to start her interview and told me to go get them. I was stunned. I told her I couldn't because I was at work. She said I could take a break, but I refused because this would have affected my job. I asked if she would take 10 minutes to quickly go pick them up, but she refused. We ended up getting into an argument and me telling her she should have figured something out beforehand. She blew up saying that I'm the parent and that she was tired of being at my back and call all the time.
There are a lot of things
The
wrong with
kids
this.
ended up being picked up by my friend 40 minutes later, which made them upset. At home, I got into a huge argument with my girlfriend, calling her selfish for doing this to the kids and ditching them like that. She said that she had an important interview that I, as the parent, could have figured something out instead of expecting her to drop what she was doing and pick the kids up. She called me an asshole, then went to stay with her mum. Is he an asshole? And I read this, and I remember reading this, and I went as halfway through the story, I was like, you fucked up, buddy. You fucked up.
I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, me too.
First of all, did he know that she was not gonna be able to pick
Yeah.
up the
Did
kids
he
beforehand?
Know, did he know that she had this
Because
interview?
the
She
way
probably did.
the way it's phrased, it sounds like, I mean, or at least he makes it sound like he just learned about it, like, I don't know, half an hour ago.
5 minutes before the interview. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
situation
like,
is
did he know that she was not gonna be able to pick them up
I
beforehand?
reckon so.
Right.
I reckon so because she's like the post says, right, that she was like she told him that she was looking for jobs.
Sure,
and I
but-
assume like if you're in a relationship and you get an interview, like Alex, you always tell your boyfriend that you get an interview.
I mean,
You go an
obviously,
interview when
I
you're
mean,
looking.
yeah. I mean,
So I think she might have mentioned it
But I mean-
to the guy, but he didn't clock it.
she might
Yeah,
have mentioned
but-
that she has an interview that day, but if he doesn't know when the interview is, like,
I mean, the
Yeah.
reality is that there is some weird miscommunications there.
Oh, definitely.
Because, like, first of all, did he know she had an interview or not? If he knew,
and did he knew that
And-
it was that time?
did he know what time it is? If he didn't, that's on him. Like, she said, I have an interview tomorrow. And if he didn't go, oh, that's awesome, what time? Then that's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, she told you she had an interview. She wasn't going to go, oh, yeah, by the way, I have an interview tomorrow and it's at 4 p.m. so I can't pick up the kids. Like,
That's also
I mean, also it's on her, but like, reality speaking
No,
is
realistically,
she let him
even-
know.
even if she told her that, oh, and I have a conflict with picking up the kids, he would have, based on his attitude, because he's like, I'm not sure if you picked up that sentence, but there is a sentence where he says, I'm more of a parent because I provide an
Because
income.
I provide an income, yeah, that
Yeah.
really
that
bugged me.
just that attitude.
That's a bad attitude, yeah.
I think even if she said it, oh, I can't pick up the kids because I went to you, he would have went and say, well, reschedule it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that he
yeah.
would have been
Because-
a cunt about it, yeah. I think that the issue is that there was a bit of a weird miscommunication there, as in regards to the interview. If he knew the day and the time, and he was aware that she was at this interview and therefore could not pick up the kids,
It was his
he should
responsibility.
have
to arrange
fucking
something.
arranged for something.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, I'm sorry, in my mind, he is, in any case, is a cunt.
yes.
He is, in any case, is an asshole.
Yeah,
Even if you
regardless
learn
of what happens,
an hour
he's an asshole.
before or 2 hours before that day that your partner has an interview and conflicts with picking up the kids, and you prioritize your job over getting your kids from school,
yeah.
like, you could have literally,
Took
based
like
on this,
an
you
hour
could
off
have,
to pick them up, take them home, and then go back to work.
like, even half hour. Realistically, it doesn't sound he lives too far off work from
Yeah.
the kids. So you literally could have went, picked them up, dropped them off at home,
home,
and
yeah.
went back to work.
Yeah. No, I think that the situation is very weird.
And also, potentially, bosses understand this.
Not all bosses,
Well, no.
but no,
If
not
it's a
all
once in
bosses.
like a
No,
Like,
no,
my
There
mom-
are jobs and there are employers who will tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, no, like my mum, she works in her place, and if she needs, like, she had many occasions where I would call her from school and I would be like, I really don't feel well, I need to go home, and my mum would be able to get out of work and come and pick me up. If I called my dad would have said, I'm sorry, but I am at work. I can't do anything about this. Like, I am unable to get out of work. That's not how this works. I'm sorry. Like,
fair enough.
my dad's, and even if my dad, like, unless it was really like an emergency, like, I called my dad and said, I was in like a very bad car accident.
Yeah.
You need to come to the hospital like now. I think in that situation, he probably would have been able to get out of it. But if my dad
At what
literally
cost?
went, if my dad literally went to his boss and said, I'm sorry, but there's no one to pick up my kids, and I need to leave work right now to go and pick them up, his boss would have been like, are you fucking kidding me?
But
Like,
basically-
fuck off.
Yeah.
Basically,
Like, I
what
can
this
give you a
sounds-
5-minute break so you can call someone and, like, sort this out, but this is not a me issue. Like, this is a you issue. Fuck off. Like, that's the
Yeah.
reality.
Right, okay.
Bosses
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
this.
But okay, well, but point
I
is,
mean, not just about bosses. Like, with some jobs, you just can't take off a break.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being
you
a
work in
surgeon
McDonald's
scheduled
or-
for
For a surgery, like a life-saving surgery, and the
would you be
guy's like,
"Oh,
oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I need to pick up my kids. I had a fight with my wife or my girlfriend in this point. Like, I need to just go and
but
pick them up.
realistically, it is
Like-
on him. For not
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, just because you provide an income does not make you a fucking
Like,
parent. Fuck off.
Her
Yeah.
argument of that she's more
I
of a
hope he's
parent-
more involved than that.
No,
That is
no,
bad. That
because-
is so
Yeah,
bad.
I really hope he's more involved
she
in
literally
their
said
lives.
that, I'm
He-
more of a... No, she said, I'm more of a parent than you. And then his response was like, well, I provide income.
Right,
but
right.
she clearly is the one that's cleaning,
looking after the kids,
at
picking them up
home,
from school,
doing
yeah,
discipline and stuff. And the father was just like, oh yeah, do whatever the fuck. Like, you're the woman of the house.
That's
Like,
your job.
That's your job.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
kind of has that attitude.
And clearly, in his attitude, he was disapproving of the woman.
Getting a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Like it,
sounded like that.
it kind of sounded like he
So,
didn't want her to have a
But
job.
like, how long this relationship has been going? That's
2
what-
years. 2
2
years.
years, right?
So my thing
Like,
as well is that
How
like
come she realizes this now?
I mean
no, she probably didn't realize it. No, she probably has been bringing it up for a while.
Because like 2 years is
I
a
mean,
long
yeah,
time
but
to put
the
up with this.
situation is also, you know, like she started dating the dad, right? They probably didn't live together initially.
Yeah,
like they were probably
lived,
dating.
like,
he was
for, like,
probably
half a
managing
year,
the
like,
child thing by
Half
himself.
A year, like a year,
Or
they
a
probably
year.
lived separately.
Yeah, and then by the time she moved in, right? So say she moved in a year into the relationship,
I think this must have happened earlier.
then the situation is that, you know, you're still getting into the hang of it. You know, you're kind of you're at home.
And
You
first of all,
start to deal with the
you're
kids.
trying to test
Initially,
test
the kids
waters
would
bit,
probably
right?
be kind of nice.
Dicks to you. Well,
I would
depends.
imagine. Or if they were gonna be dicks, then you would have been like, "Oh, well, the dicks now because, you know, I've just moved in.
Yeah,
I'm
and
I'm
you
new.
also wouldn't
It will
wanna go,
probably
like,
become better. I wouldn't be.
fully
bel-
just tell them off because
Yeah,
you're
like, I would've told-
testing waters because like what is the limit as a person who comes into their lives
Yeah.
later can I affect their lives. Like it's not like I can replace their mother all of a sudden and I need to earn their trust and stuff.
Exactly. So
like,
she
you-
probably didn't do a lot of the discipline. She probably let a lot of things go. She probably, you know, I feel like
And
she
it's also
probably
it seems like she was still the most strict and she was
Well,
still the
being strict
one that
doesn't
was
necessarily- isn't
doing
necessarily a
the
good thing.
upbringing,
yeah.
even though she shouldn't have been in that role.
I mean, yeah, but the situation, yeah, the fact that he thinks that just because he brings money to the
Oh yeah,
house
that's fucked up.
makes him entitled is wrong, and the fact that whether he knew or he didn't fucking know,
It's his fault.
it's his fault because it's
Yeah.
his kids, and she's just a girlfriend. Like,
Right? They're not even married at this
they're
point.
not
No,
married. She's
she
not
could
his
have- she could have
fiance.
said,
It's
"You
not
know
her
what?
kids.
You know what?
Like,
I'm out of here.
She could have said literally, you know what? I'm breaking up with you. Fuck off. You sort out your kids from now on. And he would have been like,
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm curious about. This relationship
Yeah.
has only been going for 2 years.
Like, how
and
did
like
he
as Alex said, she probably didn't move in right away.
yeah.
So
So
she-
who
he
has been
probably-
taking care of the kids all along?
he probably had someone to pick up the kids before.
Right.
Or he probably has been able to pick up the kids before.
Yeah, he's just taking advantage of the fact that she's available now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have a job, so he can just go, oh yeah, bitch, like, pick up my kids, do this, clean the
And like
house,
he
make dinner.
clearly
like, help
doesn't
them with
want a
homework.
working independent woman. He clearly wants a housewife or like a
housewife.
maid.
Yeah, like,
this
he
case.
Like a woman
doesn't
who
want...
caters to his every needs.
Yeah.
Without
questioning it. Yeah.
Which is just, that's not...
Because he's not even respectful at this
It's
point.
it's
Yeah,
very
he's
very,
not very
18th,
just-
it's a very
Yeah.
18th 19th century philosophy.
Yeah, where it's like, you are...
Not even 20th, 18th and 19th.
Yeah, you are like a woman, and I am the man, and
Yeah.
I bring money, and you are worthless. And that's the end of the story. Yeah, 100% no, I think that he...
Is Reddit's
In-
verdict was, by the way, Reddit's verdict for the first story was the boy was not the asshole, the wedding one.
Oh, the wedding one. Yeah, obviously.
The disclosing for plastic surgery, the woman was not the asshole.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And for this one, the last one, the verdict was very unanimously and was like really, really fast closed
Yeah.
on the thread because it was really quickly was like, you are the asshole, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you are like, just like,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
At no point is that guy not an asshole.
Yeah, that guy should not be in a relationship,
Regardless
by the way.
of how many sort of explanations to the story you create. He is an asshole in every single one of them.
And also, he probably should not be dating.
Yeah, if he wants a maid, hire a maid.
Yeah.
Like, that's... If
Or
you
get
want
a
a babysitter,
babysitter,
hire
yeah.
a babysitter. Like, if you want... A wife or a girlfriend is your wife or girlfriend. She does not have...
I think his understanding of
responsibility
wife
over
and
your
girlfriend
child.
are a bit skewed, to
I mean,
say
yeah.
the least.
It's probably not my wife or my girlfriend. It's my woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
probably
what
it
he
is.
looks
Yeah,
like.
it's probably my woman. Yeah.
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 Men like that need
Well,
to be
we are
shot.
at an hour and 23 minutes, so
Oh.
I'm hoping I'll be able to cut down some,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. So hour and 20 minutes is usually, I think hour and 30 is the time if we like really talk
Yeah.
a lot is what we're trying to aim for an hour. Ran over a bit. That's fine.
Well, we are almost at the end, though, aren't we?
I mean,
We are pretty much at the end.
we
I
have
would
Alex's
say.
word of the day. He's left, but
I only have one.
you only have one. That's
Yeah,
fine.
because I used most of them for the purpose of the is it a fish? My one word of the day is audacious.
And the idea is that we have to figure out what this word means.
Yep.
Audacious. Can you spell that, please?
Yeah. EDACIOUS.
Okay, it sounds like the
Audacious.
inverse of dacious.
What does that mean, Raphael?
I don't know. But I'm trying to break it down to easier chunks, okay? Dacious. Well, that sounds really, I don't know, Greek or Latin.
I would say it's someone who is overly bold, overly courageous,
Okay.
like
Alright, let me
overly confident.
Okay, Raphael, what do you think?
Audacious.
I don't know why, but
I have nowhere to go from this.
Uh,
I just want to say arrogant.
Okay. You're both wrong.
Yeah, I thought
I
so.
mean, usually, I in that seat, and
Give
I'm
us
like,
a hint.
I'm like basically getting 7 words in a row, and I'm like, I feel really stupid.
Do you want a hint?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
go
want
on,
a
give
hint.
us a hint.
Okay, the hint is this is a food word of the day.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Audacious.
All right. Let me brainstorm. Audacious. So,
Audacious.
dacious sounds similar to delicious. So they probably come from the same root or something.
No,
So
I wouldn't say so.
delicious is something you want to eat and something is nice. So let's say dacious is something similar. Nice feeling, nice eating. And E is the reverse of that. So audacious.
It's
is it
something
like
that's not.
unedible or untasty?
Oh no! I would say it's more about looks. So it's like something that is not
Or unappealing, something like
yeah,
that.
it's an unappealing food. Then like something that is when you look at it, it takes away your appetite.
Yeah, might be.
I'm gonna go.
That's where I'm going from.
You're both wrong.
Oh, come on.
It's
I like that is how I feel every time I play this game.
it's the tendency to eat food in very large amounts. And the example is my audacious friend made very short work of that seafood platter.
Huh. Yeah, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, so it basically means that you can very quickly
Eat a
eat a
lot.
very large amount of foods. So like Mark is very audacious when he gets Mackies.
I am.
Right.
So
I am.
did you like that? I liked that word of the day. I thought it was very
Yeah, I
like
think it's a nice,
considering
nice
like
positive end on the podcast.
yeah, considering we like most of the podcast at one point was just about fish. I just thought it was a nice way to finish it off. You know,
Well, yeah.
audacious.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
And
it
for
was
the
so-
audience,
it
I
was
hope you learned
so nice
something.
to have you.
was nice
Nothing
to have
useful,
you.
but I hope you learned something. Eat more fish. Listen to this podcast. Hopefully, I will do too. And well, enjoy your days.
One thing I would like to say is, just disregard everything he said except
Watch
listen to
this
this podcast. Exactly. Like, don't take him seriously.
Yeah.
Cool. It was great to have all of you. Sorry that we ran a bit longer.